Welcome back to another video, guys. Hope you guys doing good. Unfortunately, last week I wasn't able to upload a video. I caught the flu, but luckily I feel much better now. I have fully recovered, but I was basically sick for the entire week. Throughout this video, I realized that I didn't mention that the build that I have right now isn't about showing off or like showing what I have. It's me to realize that this is a stepping stone. It's basically for me to tell myself that I need to improve a lot on the build this year. So this year, I definitely want to make fun, banger videos for you guys and especially work on all my cars. I want to get most of my projects done, work a lot on the cars, and have fresh new builds. I'm hoping to push out a lot more content, so hopefully you guys are subscribed. Today we're going to be talking about this Ecoboost right here and everything that we have on this car. So I decided to make a video and basically going over everything. Yes, everything that I currently have on this car, including everything that I've done to exterior wise, everything for the modification wise, basically anything that didn't come from the factory. Okay, so for the exterior, I don't have much on the exterior. I used to have a lot, but as I grew older, I started liking the OEM Plus look, especially keeping the car just like how it came from the factory, but just adding a little bit of touches to it. Before, I had stuff on the back window, banners over here, but honestly, that's me. But honestly, I kind of like the clean look. Okay, so for a few things that I have still kept on the car ever since is the wrap back in 2018, I believe. So I ended up getting the hood wrapped and then I got the roof wrapped the same color and the mirrors wrapped. And for me, it made the car look a lot better. Okay, so for the next thing that I got was these tail lights stickers, which are honeycomb stickers. I like it when it actually lights up. It looks pretty cool. See, I kind of like the way this looks. I was kind of debating if I should just take it off because sometimes I find it cringy, but some other days I find it pretty nice. But I kept them on. So if you were to come a little up, I got this wing as well. This is a pretty cheap wing. It's not that expensive. But for me, it has lasted for over 2 years. So I haven't taken it off. I do plan on getting the entire like carbon fiber trunk. So one day, someday, that thing's pretty expensive, but one day for sure. The next thing on the list are lowering springs. I am telling you, lowering springs make the car look a night and day difference. Without these lowering springs, I honestly will still have stock ride height, and let me tell you, that is a bit too high. So it's not that low, it's just enough to put maybe 2 fingers in, not more than that. Which is fine because this car, I'm not trying to slam it on the ground. For the back, there's not much space just because I have these race stars with the Mickey Thompson's ET Street R's. If you're wondering what kind of springs I bought, it was these Volkland ones. I bought it from American Muscle like 2-3 years ago. It's been a while, but in here it's just the stock ones that came from the factory. But they were definitely drag springs. The thing also I briefly mentioned is that I got these race stars on the back just because I do make over 500 horsepower. And I do see everybody's comment that do say that I don't need these, but I do not hook on the first and second gear. So if I do take this car on the drag strip, I'll be losing out potential to run a faster time. So it's 500 pounds of torque I was talking about, not 500 horsepower. It's about 400 plus wheel horsepower with the setup that I'm gonna go over. Alright, so now we have come to the juicy part of the video. I'm pretty sure most of you guys clicked on this video because of the modifications I have done towards this car. I have a few things listed on my phone and I'm just gonna go over everything. Okay, so first up, one of the cheapest mods that I always recommend to everybody is to get spark plugs and good quality ones. I am running NRG spark plugs. They were already gapped when I bought them. I'm not sponsored from any of these companies that I'm gonna list. I bought this huge intercooler from CV Fab, and I replaced it by myself. And you guys know how bad of a mechanic I am, but I managed to do it. And I can link the video for you guys down below, and you guys can just follow it and just upgrade your intercooler. And hopefully that video makes it a lot easier for you guys to install it yourself rather than paying somebody to do the exact job. Along with the CV Fan race cooler, you also need some aftermarket charge pipes, because I was stuck and I was not able to use the stock charge pipes with that intercooler, so I had to buy bigger ones. The ones I bought from this side was the CV Fab ones, the own ones, and on this side they're the SR Performance ones. You're probably asking why they're mismatched. I bought these SR Performance ones for both sides, but this being this quality, it blew up on that side. So then I had to reorder new charge pipes because the SR Performance ones on that side had a crack in them, and I was losing a lot of boost since it is connected straight to a turbocharger. I probably have said this many times, I have a big turbo on the Ecoboost. Let me see if I can flash my light at it. There it is. It's the NX2 Precision Turbo. You guys can see my charge pipes are connected to it, and it goes straight down towards the intercooler. And I have a Turbo Smart 14 PSI wastegate. I think that's so very small. If you guys can go for a higher PSI wastegate, I would recommend it. With this one, it was very limiting, and I had a lot of trouble with the tuning process because I had to do a lot of preload turns, and I had to keep taking off the wastegate and keep turning the preloads and keep putting it back. And then my tuner Ryan kept telling me it's not enough, so I had to keep taking it off and keep doing the preload turns until like 3 or 4 times later I finally got the right amount of preload turns. It's better to do your research and get a bigger wastegate with the NX2 Turbo, and you'll probably be good. So a big throwback, one of the first videos I've ever uploaded on YouTube was me replacing the air filter in there. I got the K&N air filter that fits in with the stock box. It just provides more air, like it says improves better quality air, and it is a lot better than like the factory ones or the cheaper ones. I don't know how much difference it makes, but it's been doing its job pretty nice. One of my most viewed videos on YouTube is with the exhaust that I have. People have been asking me what I have done to the exhaust and how they can make it sound the way I have it. So what I did is it is fully straight piped, and I do have a catted downpipe. It is probably right there. You guys can see the cat, and the downpipe that I have is a BBK catted downpipe. I bought it like 2 years ago. I don't even remember which site it was. I believe it was American Muscle, but it costed about like $500 just for that part. But yeah, that's the exhaust setup that I do run, and I had this set up for the exhaust for the past 2 years. I did get pulled over by a cop once saying that it's too loud, and I did get a ticket for it. Besides that incident, it is quite obnoxious and it does sound like a Honda fart can. Okay, so after buying all these parts for the Ecoboost, the best thing to do is get yourself tuned. I don't mean by using a tune from this, I mean that you need somebody like PD Tuning or Tune Plus, somebody professional to be able to tune your car with the supporting mods that you have put on it. For instance, me, I got myself tuned from PD Tuning, and what basically happens is that they send me a tune over the laptop through my email, and I just upload it on this, and then I transfer the tune to the car, and then it runs. Same goes for the E30 tuning that I have. I also have an E30 map that I also use frequently to go to Mexico. For that, it's basically a whole nother map that I have. Basically the same process through the card access port. Whenever you upload the file to the car, just make sure it's on the same map. With all these mods, the car is able to do a 0 to 60 in the low 4-second mark, and that is on the street. I am happy of it, but I'm not happy of it. I kind of want to do more, which is why this year, 2023, I want to do a complete fresh build on this car and hopefully make the car even faster.